Hey, Ryan, what's up, man?
How's it going, John?
Just rocking on to the break of dawn, brother. What are you doing?
Being nervous about this phone call, but
Cannonball, baby.
my ex-girlfriend just got diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and we dated from 2018 to like 2023, and then we broke up for a little while and got back together for a few months, and we kind of realized we just weren't a good fit. But obviously, I still care a lot about her. And then I started dating my current girlfriend in May, and she does not like my ex-girlfriend. And since I found out about this diagnosis, I have not been able to speak with my ex about it, even though I really would like to, just because I feel, I don't know.
How long you been dating this new person?
Since May.
I just tell you, man, that doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Or I'll just tell you this. I mean, I've been married to the same person for 21 years. And a former girlfriend of mine's had a horrific tragedy in her life. I mean, I just picked up the phone and check in. I mean, I just feels humane.
Yeah.
Is there something? Did you cheat on this new girlfriend? I mean, what's is it? Just her jealousy? What is it? Because it just feels cruel and inhumane. It's just an act of citizenship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Early on in my current relationship, she saw a text message on my phone that said, my ex-girlfriend's name, who I had said I'd stopped talking to, because we pretty much had at that point. But I happened to get a text, and she saw that, and she said, "Don't talk to her." And she went through a bunch of our old text messages later on and saw stuff in there that she didn't want to see, that she felt like I should have, just deleted all of her old texts and stuff like that. Once we started dating,
she's probably right. I mean, I'm thinking now. I've been married to the same person forever, for almost quarter century now, and I know, personally, a couple of my wife's old boyfriends back from college, and if something tragic happened to either of them, I would hope my wife is the kind of person that would call and check in and make sure everybody's okay. I don't know, but also I wouldn't want to see old text threads still. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some both and here.
Mm.
Do you mind if I do something weird? Can I bring Kelly on? I want to get her opinion on this.
Okay, sure.
Kelly, will you weigh in on this?
I will.
You're like, dang right.
Well, we were just talking about it in here because I had a kind of somewhat similar situation.
Okay.
So I was married previously, and when my ex-father-in-law died, my husband was like, "You have to go to the funeral."
Okay, so that. Yeah, I didn't want to bring up your dating past. It's extensive, Ryan.
Seriously,
it's extensive.
Ryan, it's not. It's not.
But yeah, if one of your exes is that, it just feels like, or if Robert had an ex, in something happened, to her family, would be like, I would expect you to call.
Right, and when my mother died last year, my ex sent flowers. He wasn't able to come, and he contacted me and sent flowers.
Yeah.
And then so it was many, many years ago when his dad died, and his wife called me and said, "Hey, if you need a place to stay while you're here, you can stay with us."
Oh, that's even more awesome.
That was a little close.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't, but
she played a lot of jazz music when she made that call.
Because we were adults.
Yeah.
And it was when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, my ex-husband reached out. "I'm so sorry to hear this. Is there anything we can do?" Because we're adults.
Yeah, Ryan. I mean, for me, it's a. Here's the thing: if you cheated on her, I get it's either scorched earth or it's me. I get that. I wouldn't love it, but I get it. The other side of it is, dude, somebody you spent, how old are you right now?
I'm 25.
Okay, someone you spent, what is that, 20% of your life with? 5 years?
I guess so.
I mean, geez Louise, dude. You call and check out and say, I'm so sorry this is happening. Hope you're doing okay. It's like you're going to run down and spend the weekend with her, right? But there's just a humanity to it. And so here's the bigger red flag for me is that you have something that is deeply important to you and you use the words, I'm not allowed. I'm just looking a year into the future of this relationship and I'm not allowed to take this job. I'm not allowed to drive this kind of car. I'm not allowed to send my kid to this school. I don't like that kind of language because she's not your mom.
Right.
She's your girlfriend. She's a co-creator of a romantic relationship.
Yeah, I think I kind of feel like when I asked her about it, the conversation didn't feel too much like she was totally telling me no, but she was setting a boundary, letting me know that after.
Yeah, bro, like I do. Like, if you think that's a good idea, then just go ahead then. Like, that's no.
Yeah.
That's no. We know that. I mean, she was telling you no.
Yeah, essentially, I guess. Yeah.
I would have the deeper conversation. I wouldn't want to use this as some sort of proxy war.
No.
The deeper conversation is this. You're dating me. And this other woman that I dated for 5 years is a part of me. I shared intimate moments. We shared laughter. We shared fun. We shared, like, I went home with butterflies in my stomach. We dated a long time. And if you're going to date me now, you know that that's a part of it.
Yeah.
She didn't have to like it. She didn't have to imagine it. Didn't want to be like, all right. Like, no, of course not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to think all that, but it is. It's true. It's the same on the show when people call and say like, hey, I am dating somebody who has 2 kids and I don't like them. It's like, well, I mean, you chose to date that person. So a part of them is their ex. A part of them is their kids. That's what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so part of that is what I would consider human decency, which is if someone you've spent 20% of your life with gets sick, gets cancer, you call and say, man, I hope you're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take. It's Kelly's take. I mean, but I think the deeper question is this sense that I'm in a relationship that is very parent-child.
I think I'm bad at, I've made mistakes in previous relationships, and I think I don't trust my judgment all the time.
There you go.
I really like my new girlfriend a lot. She's she's great.
Anytime a guy goes, no, she's great, man.
No, I mean, she is. She's way out of my league. The works. But I just don't want to.
If you want to outsource your sense of what you believe is right and wrong to somebody else, you're free to do that. I want to be with somebody who has an opinion, a very strong opinion, and who also doesn't like things. I get that your new girlfriend does not like that you have these memories with somebody that you were with. I heard it once somebody said, like I remember laughing with somebody who was whining about somebody's ex-girlfriend. I mean, I'm talking like 2 decades before. And I was like, what are you talking about? You won. You're married. Like, you won. It was 2 decades ago. And they said this. She will always have known him longer than I will. And I was like, I can see that. I never thought of it. Like, she'll always know middle school him or high school him or college him, and I won't. And I get that. And also, I want to be with somebody that trusts me to do the next humane, right, like just conscionable thing, which is just check in on people that we know.
Yeah. So I've been, going back and forth in my head trying to figure out, because I feel like it's not checking in on my ex. It's been a constant thing. Like, I'm super anxious for her. It's been eating away at me, kind of.
Is it her, or is it because you have found yourself in a situation where you can't be who you truly are? Because anxiety often comes from the lack of autonomy. Like the fact that you can't pick up the phone and reach out to somebody that you have a significant history with will set your body's alarms off. Or maybe you're finding out, you know what? Good God, I still love her. I don't know what I'm doing. Made a terrible mistake.
Maybe that's where the part of why I'm stuck on it too. It's not that I don't love her romantically, but like family,
Yeah, you'll care about her. Yeah. You're not crazy.
Yeah.
There's not something wrong with you.
I don't know. I guess I feel kind of like guilty about that, and that's
No, don't feel guilty about it. It makes you human, dude. It makes you human. But here's what I would suggest. I would suggest some sort of conversation with your current girlfriend that goes like this. I've thought about it hard and a long time, and I really respect your boundaries and your unease. I get it. I feel a lack of humanity and decency by not reaching out to somebody that I spent so much time with. It just feels wrong. I've got to make this call. I got to check in and see what kind of cancer, how she's doing, what kind of cancer it is. I would love it if you would be in the room with me, just to hear that nothing crazy is going on. There's nothing wild and woolly and all that kind of stuff. I'd love it if you were here, because I want to be the kind of guy that you date that respects your boundaries, but also want to be the kind of guy for you that doesn't turn a blind eye towards just kindness and like basic foundational humanity, just because there's weird things in the past. And if she looks at you and says, if you make that call, we're over, I think that's sending you a message about the future of your relationship. And by the way, she gets to do that. That's her right.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, this will not be the only time that she looks at you and says, you are not allowed to do X, Y, or Z. This will be the foundation of your relationship. This will be how y'all move forward. You think she's out of your league. You don't think you should be in the same room with her, and you are, so you're going to subject yourself to whatever she tells you to do, and that's not the foundation for a relationship. You'll have to co-build something.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Do you feel trapped?
Not necessarily. I feel I guess kind of.
Let me tell you this. Whenever you got to make a hard decision, don't become somebody that you don't respect.
Mm-hmm.
So don't go behind your girlfriend's back.
Yeah.
Even though that conversation will be hard. Don't sneak. And from what I'm hearing, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but don't not call, because that's not who you are either. And if you're confused, if you think I still love this person and I kind of want to get back together with this person, then be honest with who you're dating now. Don't lose your integrity and your dignity in this process.
Yeah.
And you're not crazy for still caring about the health and safety of somebody that you used to date, even though you're in a new relationship. You're not nuts. That bond was real. That connection was real. Those memories and those experiences together are real. And they don't just go away because you're dating somebody new.
Yeah.
You're not a bad guy. You're a good guy.
It sounds, I don't know, it always sounds different in my head when you say it. sounds kind of obvious, but I'm still, I don't know. Yeah. I guess it's just a conversation that,
Hey, Ryan.
I'm just worried it's going to suck, but
there's no path that's not challenging moving forward. You just get to pick which challenging path. The path where you become somebody you don't want to be in order to please some girl that you think is out of your league, or the challenging path where you sit down and you hold a line and say, here's the kind of guy you're dating. I'm a kind of guy that checks on hurting people, even if I have a romantic past with them. And I think that's who you'd want to be dating anyway. Not somebody who pretends the last 5 years of my life didn't happen.
You're right.
I don't want to date somebody like that. I don't want to be married to somebody like that. I don't want to be married to somebody that's lying to me about text messages and keeping text threads and old romance. I don't want to be that person either. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get this stuff out of your head. Write it on a piece of paper. Write it down. Okay? And don't use a computer. Don't use your phone. Use a piece of paper and a pen. Okay? Write this stuff down. Get it out of your head. Get it onto a piece of paper so you can look at it objectively. Say, what do I actually believe here? What do I actually feel here? And you said it, and I love how aware you are. You're learning to trust Ryan again. You've done some dumb things in relationships. We all have. You've been somebody that you don't want to be in the past. We all have. You're learning to trust yourself again. Write that stuff down and look at it. Hold firm. And then whatever challenges lie ahead, which there's not a non-challenging path, don't lose sight of who you are in the process. Don't become somebody that you don't want to be. Thanks for the call, brother. This is a sticky one, man. It's a tricky one. And I appreciate you letting me think it out. Kelly, thanks for hopping in here. Best of luck to you, brother. Let me know how it goes. I'm interested to know how it goes. And if your girlfriend wants to call and be on the show, I'd love to have her. It'd be great.